Hello everyone, my name is Brad Ellis and I'm back again today to talk to you about Kingdom Hearts, more specifically Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, and why it's had such a lasting legacy and is considered to be the peak of the franchise by so many. Kingdom Hearts has always been a special franchise for me. I remember seeing screenshots for it in magazines and being blown away by the collaboration between Square Enix and Disney. I had never seen anything like it at the time. And when I finally picked up the first game back in 2002, it deeply resonated with me, more than I could have ever anticipated. Its characters, music, and gameplay all clicked and moved me. And since then, it's remained one of my favorite franchises.
Go forth, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Everyone is waiting.
To me, the series has an undeniable vibe to it. It's hard for me to put into words, but it reminds me of a lazy summer afternoon growing up. Hanging out with your friends, having a great time, but knowing that in the back of your mind, it can't last forever. Makes me very happy, but there's always a dash of sadness and nostalgia thrown in there. It's bittersweet in some regards. I won't deny it though. Despite its popularity, Kingdom Hearts is by far one of the most polarizing series out there. Whenever I ask someone for their opinion on it, it feels like there's a 50-50 chance that they'll love it or they can't stand it, with rarely any middle ground. I love it, obviously, but I get why others don't. The Disney crossovers, a convoluted story, and the sheer number of games makes catching up on the series a serious commitment. There's also a lot of division of the fan base on games, what people consider good or not, and what's worth skipping and what's not.
Oh my. Oh, it's lovely. Oh yes, he does look very dashing.
Before we dive into Kingdom Hearts 2, we need to quickly talk about the series as a whole. Kingdom Hearts is an insane mashup of Disney and Square Enix, where characters like Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII and Hades from Hercules interact. You play as a boy named Sora, who uses a giant key as a weapon, by the way, and who travels with Donald and Goofy to different worlds based on Disney movies like Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, The Night Before Christmas, all while battling villains like Maleficent, Jafar, and strange creatures known as the Heartless. Kingdom Hearts 2 picks up after the events of Chain of Memories, with Sora still asleep, recovering his memories from the ordeal in Castle Oblivion. The game opens with us taking control of a new protagonist, Roxas, a boy enjoying the last days of summer vacation with his friends in Twilight Town. From here, our adventure begins. Funny thing about this, at the time, most people I knew didn't even know Chain of Memory existed, so when they played 2, they're like, who's Roxas? What's going on? Where's Sora? Where's my Disney boys? I was like, fear not, they're coming. It's a wild story, I know, especially that scene where Goofy gets hit in the head with a rock and everyone thinks he's dead.
Look out! Goofy! No!
But it's also awesome. And one of the most interesting and unique franchises in gaming that's uncompromising about its vision, which I respect. Not caught up on the games and want to jump into the latest installment? Sure, but you're gonna have no idea what's going on. Don't like Disney? Too bad, bitch. It's everywhere. Secret boss is too tough? Get good. It throws up so many barriers for newcomers, and I respect the hell out of it for that. Not from a gatekeeping perspective. I want more people to get into the series, but I love that it has always been unapologetically itself. Quick side note, but I gotta give Square Enix some major credit here. The collections they have put out over the years are excellent and have made it easier than ever to get caught up on the franchise. They even went so far as to remake some of the more boring titles on the DS. Don't hate me, I know people love these, but I'm not really a fan of the gameplay in them. And they turned them into full movies instead, which I greatly prefer. Alright, so let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 2 finally. It's always been one of my favorites, but as time has gone on, people seem to love it more and more. I remember when it came out back in 2006. It was my first year of college, and the wait for the game felt like an eternity. I remember thinking, man, a 4-year gap from the first game is such a brutal wait. We did have Chain of Memories, at least on the GBA in 2004, which was nice, since it's a direct sequel to the first game, but the wait for the next big main installment felt like an eternity. Oh, how naive I was. Now, for a mainline Kingdom Hearts game, I expect to wait a decade in between numbered installments, which is brutal. When I finally played it on launch day, I fell in love with it immediately and played 14 hours straight. I know those are rookie numbers for some of you out there, but for me, that's quite a bit.
I can't believe it.
Oh, I'm kinda confused.
All right, let's start with one of the most infamous aspects of the series, and that is the story. I'm gonna keep things very broad here because I don't want to spoil some of the best moments for new players out there, but yes, it's pure insanity and there's plenty to go around here. But Stay with me here. There is nothing else quite like it out there. Over the decades I've been playing these games, I've grown attached to its characters and actively root for them whenever they're on screen. I've spent hours and hours with them and can really feel the bonds between them. Every struggle and every victory, I'm right there with them, and Kingdom Hearts 2 just takes it to a whole nother level. When I think of it, it often feels like a series of goodbyes for me. Characters moving on or letting go. It has a sad tone to it. But there's still plenty of moments of joy as well. How can you not smile at moments like when King Mickey reunites with the boys? It's so wholesome, I love it.
Wow!
This place is kinda different.
One of my favorite aspects of every Kingdom Hearts game is its worlds. The roster here is great overall with a solid mix of returning favorites and newcomers. While I won't go into crazy depth on all of them, I want to briefly touch on them. The first world we visit is Twilight Town, a calm settlement locked in a constant state of twilight. Made up of several districts, it's one of the larger worlds in the game, complete with shops, a train station, and a beautiful clock tower. Maybe it's the wonderful music or the town's slow, peaceful vibe that does it for me, but it's a place I deeply love. Much like Traverse Town from the first game, it's somewhere I genuinely wish I could live. I also adore the little woods section on the way to the mansion. Even though it's super tiny, there's something mysterious and magical about it that always sticks with me. And while it's technically not part of the town, the train station leads to Yen Sid's tower, which of course looks fantastic. Hollow Bastion makes a return, complete with some cozy shops and homes like Merlin's house, which now serves as a base for Leon and his crew. It's really cool seeing this location expanded from the first game and seeing how things have changed over time. A lot of major story events happen here too, so get comfortable with it. I was really happy to see Beast Castle in this as well, especially since Beast and Belle were in the first game. No Gaston though, which is kind of a bust because he's such a good villain. Of course, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Pooh and the 100 Acre Wood crew. I always love these sections. Chill, wholesome, and it's a nice break from the madness. Pride Rock is a standout too, since you get to run around in lion form and go real fast, and seeing Goofy as a turtle and Donald as a bird flying around is great. Dude, and these stupid hyenas here, they always crack me up. I'm super happy we finally got to visit Disney Castle after it was teased in the first game. It's a small area, sure, but it was still cool to walk the grounds and see where the Disney crew hangs out.
Hey, you! Seen any bad guys around here?
By far, though, my favorite world is the Timeless River. Largely based on Mickey's first adventure, Steamboat Willie, we get a glimpse into the past and get to see characters like Pete and Mickey in all their black and white glory before they become the modern versions that we all know. Donald and Goofy even talk about having deja vu while they're there, which I just love.
Oh, this is kind of wow.
Deja vu?
Yeah, that's it.
Another cool aspect is the Windows to the Past, which takes you to 4 areas based on old Disney shorts like the Building Site, which is based on Building and Building, Mickey's house from the short Mickey's Orphans, and Scene of Fire, which has you battling flames. Fuck those cars, by the way, they're so annoying, man. I love that Mickey runs up to Sora and shakes his hand like this at the end of each of these as well.
How do you like that?
And it's awesome seeing Pete from the present fight Pete from the past. Port Royal's a cool new addition. There's definitely something a little off about Sora and Donald and Goofy hanging around a semi-realistic Jack Sparrow, but I like getting to explore some of the islands and fight skeleton pirates. I like the mechanic as well where you can only damage the pirates in the moonlight. It's a clever way, I think, to tie in their immortality from the film. Space Paranoid is cool because it's Tron. I always thought the MCP looked hilarious too with his giant face, so I'm glad he made the cut. Land of Dragons is pretty solid and looks great too. I also like the reunion between Mushu and the boys. It's very jolly. A few worlds from Kingdom Hearts 1 have returned along with Hollow Bastion, and they've gone through some changes as well. Halloween Town is back, and it now includes Christmas Town as well. and you get to help Santa out. How jolly is that?
Well, according to my list, Sora, 7 years ago, you told everyone you did not believe in Santa Claus. Oh, that is unfortunate.
In Agrabah, we get to explore the city once again and check out some new ruins and do some on-rails magic carpet segments. We also get to catch up with Hercules and Phil at the Olympus Coliseum, which is now in the underworld this time around. You team up with Orin from Final Fantasy X, which rules. Phil's gotta calm down about that Hydra though.
Get up where the Hydra's back! Get up where the Hydra's back!
Even though they're not technically new worlds, they offer new areas and storylines, and it's cool you get to see how things have changed since Sora, Donald, and Goofy last visited.
That girl's acting strange again. Probably been flitting around on the surface. Oh, the Sea King's gonna have my claws for this.
The worst world by far, though, is Atlantica, which is now just a series of rhythm-based sections where you sit through songs. This could be a positive for many since the navigation in the first game was annoying, and so was some of the combat, but I think I preferred exploring an actual space in the first game and seeing locales from the movie. It's certainly much more manageable this time around, though. Finally, we have the world that never was. A dark and awesome looking city that serves as the home base for Organization 13. It reminds me a lot of Insomnia from the Versus 13 days visually. I do wish the actual city part was fleshed out more. I want to see what's going on in the city. It looks so awesome visually. Overall though, the worlds do a great job of capturing the spirit of the respective Disney movies, thanks to strong art direction and excellent music. That said, they do feel more disjointed than I'd like, with frequent loading screens and very few NPCs around. At times they come off more like ghost towns than living worlds. Still, Kingdom Hearts 2 is a PS2 game at the end of the day, so I don't want to discredit all the incredible work the team did. I just wish there was a little more in terms of interactivity and immersion. Oh yeah, everyone's favorite, the Gummy ship, is back. It's much more enjoyable this time around though, thank goodness. The routes are more engaging, and you don't need to build a Gummy ship at all to easily get through it.
A Keyblade?
If you ask any fan of the game about some of its best aspects, there's a good chance that combat will be at the top. It's a massive improvement over its predecessor. Everything feels better, from the feedback to the flexibility and depth. When replaying it recently, I wasn't initially seeing what others loved about it so much, but as I started unlocking more abilities for Sora, the combat really began to shine. Starting a combo, launching a nobody, then juggling them midair, and finishing with a chunky, satisfying hit just feels good. The new forms you get with Sora are great too. Valor form, for instance, is melee focused and lets Sora dual-wield Keyblades, while Wisdom form emphasizes magic and ranged attacks. These forms can also be leveled up, unlocking passive abilities you can use at any time, like a higher jump or a slick ground dash. Grinding them could be a little tedious, but it's absolutely worth it. Most importantly, they genuinely give you a great sense of power. Each of them feels unique and special when you activate it, making them one of the most rewarding additions to the combat system. The other huge addition is reaction commands. Basically, depending on the situation in combat, a green prompt will appear, allowing Sora to perform a context-sensitive action. These can range from powerful attacks and evasive maneuvers to big cinematic transitions during boss fights. They look awesome, but they're a bit overused. Doing the same flashy transition 3 or 4 times in a single fight can start to wear thin, even if it looks cool every time.
Have you been a good boy?
Show yourself!
Oh, it sounds like you haven't.
Based on its Disney nature, you might expect Kingdom Hearts 2 to be a chill game, but it can actually be pretty challenging at times. Even with multiple difficulty options, some of the optional bosses here are downright brutal, especially if you're unprepared. I'm looking at you, Lingering Will. The important thing though is that overcoming these challenges feels incredibly satisfying. They kept me hooked, giving me that classic just one more try feeling throughout. Something I absolutely have to bring up is the music. It's an essential part of what makes the Kingdom Hearts series so special. Each track perfectly sets the tone, capturing a wide range of emotions with stunning precision. The legendary Yoko Shimomura delivers an absolutely gorgeous soundtrack. Tracks like The Afternoon Streets, Waltz with the Damned, and Kairi's theme are just a few examples of her incredible work. And of course, Dearly Beloved remains one of my favorite pieces of video game music ever. The moment you boot up the game and that title music hits, perfection. And Sanctuary by Hikaru Utada, which serves as the game's opening theme, still hits just as hard over 20 years later. It's an incredible soundtrack that continues to touch my soul to this day, and I can't praise it enough.
Your Majesty, Twin Many will back.
Also, the game still looks great. The art direction is superb, and it's amazing how they managed to capture the look and feel of each world and character so expertly. And the facial animations on these characters are insane. Square was flexing big with this one. With the 2.5 collection, we got the final mixed version of Kingdom Hearts 2, which added a bunch of new content like boss fights, story scenes, collectibles, a new form, and critical mode. It's a healthy amount of content, especially with all the data battles added. I'm really happy we got the final mixed version in the West, since it was originally exclusive to Japan when it first released in 2007 back on the PS2. So those are some of my thoughts on what I love about Kingdom Hearts 2 and why I think it resonates with so many people still to this day. It's an incredible series and I hope more people will give it a shot. If you're interested, I'd recommend playing it in release order, not chronological. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Apologies about the long gap between videos, but I'll have more coming for you in the future. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.